Welcome, guys. Thanks for watching. I see a lot of people were enjoying the epic Commodore pickup that I had the other day in a trade with a collector friend of mine. And this was actually not the entire pickup, but this part of the pickup that I showed first was just basically the Commodore 64 and a few Atari games that I picked up. So now I wanted to show the remainder of the pickup because the video is just getting so long that I wanted to try to shorten it up a little bit, and these games didn't really fit in with the rest of the games in the pickup. So I just want to start, and I'll start with maybe, I don't know, let's start with one of the cooler looking boxes. Burn Cycle CD-ROM action adventure game by Philips, mature rated, free audio soundtrack included, burncycle.com, limited edition, and that kind of cool. It looks to be some kind of FMV game. I'm not exactly sure, and by FMV I mean full motion video. It looks like it's an adventure game. It says Blade Runner style. And let's just quickly look at what's in it. It's a cool box because it's very different than most boxes. It opens more like a book. Okay, there's the Burn Cycle CD-ROM, and hopefully everything's in there. It looks like it is not only in there. A cool black and red and black CD. It looks like it's in there. No, and somebody's definitely played that because that's a bit scratched. Oh, that's just the music. Cool. And the game, it looks like nobody played the game, but they listened to the music. So, interesting. That might be their personal review without saying a word. This is some kind of cool little thing. It's actually supposed to be like some kind of package sent to a hotel, and I can actually see it looks unopened, but I think it has been opened. It looks like it has been opened at one point or another. And maybe it hasn't, but if it hasn't been, then it has been now. Cool. Couple of documents, kind of like got a Mission Impossible vibe to it. And I'm hoping, what's this? Is this a map? Nope, just some more documents. So there's about looks like 5 or so. What they look like is kind of printed emails or printed kind of covert documents sent to whoever's supposed to be receiving this. I've never played this game, so I don't know. Win a multimedia Pentium computer. Well, that would be cool. This is the registration card. I have a couple of Pentium computers, thankfully, but back in the day, I'm sure I would have loved to win one. And this is all in pretty good condition. That's it. So I'm hoping that's everything that came with it. Yeah, because this is actually probably the manual. And yes, it is. And actually pretty cool. So that's it. Oh, does that look like it's for Mac? No, it says PC Mac, doesn't it? Yeah, that just looks like it's for Mac. But it is for PC and Mac, and probably both are on the CD-ROM. Cool, so that's Burn Cycle. Next, a game everybody should probably know. The 11th Hour, which is the sequel to probably the most famous FMV game of all time, or one of them. It's a sequel to The Seventh Guest. And this is just a nice, well, let me not open it yet. Just a nice box. The artwork was always really kind of iconic, I think, for both these games. And you can see it runs better on a Pentium. I think that Intel logo originally appeared with 486 computers, but it also appears with some Pentium computers, as I have a compact Presario desktop that it appears with. Very nice. This is also FMV, full motion video. Like I said, sequel to probably one of the most famous of all time, The Seventh Guest. So let's see what's in here. And I have another loose copy of this. Whoa. But this one looks like it's in really nice shape. I have a loose copy in another spot, but very cool. This is just a really beautiful way to display, a collection of CD-ROMs. Instead of 4 sleeves thrown in the box, like something awful, like I love the game, but it's an awful packaging job. The Game of the Year edition of Morrowind is just miserable. The box it looks fine, it's big, it's long, but it's 4 sleeves thrown in with like a piece of paper. It's really bad. Anyway, maybe I'll show that later in another video. A lot of stuff in here. Sticker, pretty cool. Another order form. More, is this the registration? Nope, this is a help. And this is a registration. Okay, a lot of advertising in this one. This is actually really cool looking. Oh, speakers. Jazz speakers. I'm not familiar with these ones. I've never seen these. They look awesome. I'd love to try to eventually track some of these down because they look really cool and they were pricey at the time. So I assume that they probably sound pretty decent. A lot of these old speakers, believe it or not, really do sound very good. Okay. This looks to be the manual. And it's not. This is actually a printed on heavy paper cardstock cover, just the catalog for selling other games. Cool. Some kind of warning. Don't care because we don't listen to warnings anymore. The 11th hour. There's the actual instructions for installation. Wow, there's so much stuff. Let's see. Is this somebody's actual notes? Or is this part of the game? Nope, this is somebody's actual notes, and I don't really want to read them too much because I don't want to ruin the game for myself if I ever decide to actually play through this. This is the envelope. Probably a lot of this stuff is supposed to go in here. Here is... Yikes. Here's the manual, I guess. Yep, I haven't seen this manual before. Oh, somebody wrote in it. That's all good. This is not... Because it's one of the most popular games all time. That's disgusting. I don't know what that is, but that's coming out. This is not one of the most expensive games because it's one of the most popular games of all time. This and Seventh Guest, and as well as Myst or something like. I don't know if 11th Hour sold really well, but I know Seventh Guest sold extremely well, as did Myst. Anyway, that's 11th Hour. Next, you should all know this game, Starcraft, Blizzard Entertainment. And believe it or not, this is a game I've never played. Should I be embarrassed to say that? Maybe. I don't know. I do like strategy games. I'm not a huge real-time strategy guy, and that's probably why it never, clicked with me. This is the, not the collector's box, which I have as well, but that was not in this pickup. So I'm just going to show you this box that it came with. Okay, open it up. It's a little beat up, but let's see what's in here. And there's a very hefty manual, and there's a bunch of stuff stuck in it. So let's just go through the manual first quickly. Nice. Not in full color, but it's very nicely done, printed very well. Mindspring, well, that's long gone. Installation instructions. The product registration card. Very cool. Warcraft Adventures, Lord of Clans. Now, this is a book, right? This is a book, I think. I don't know. Into the World of Warcraft, before there was World of Warcraft. This is actually a DVD or something. Anyway, cool. And then this is probably like some kind of building tree. Yep. For the game. And again, I've never played this one. It's a real-time strategy, but I'd like to. And let's see. Hopefully the CD-ROM is in there as well. And there it is. Beautiful. So if I do decide to play it, I can now. Even though I have the collector's edition. But cool. Windows 95 and NT CD-ROM. And just a quick note for anybody running, wanting to run older software. NT is extraordinarily stable, but very few games support running in NT, or you can run the games in NT, but you'll have a lot of difficulty running the audio or with a video card, as it wasn't designed to be compatible with all that stuff. Windows 95 isn't really your desired operating system either. Better you go to Windows 98 Second Edition, which is kind of Windows 95 with all the kinks worked out. All right, next. There it is. Seventh Guest. And this says free Seventh Guest strategy guide, which leads me to believe it's some kind of later printing of the game. But again, this is a huge selling, popular game. And maybe one of the most popular full motion video games of all time. And it was on PC. I'm not sure what all systems it was ported to, but I know it was ported to a bunch. Okay, there we go. This is a nice manual. Black and white, but still very nice. Cool. And I have another version of this, I think, and this is a little bit different. The trifold. This is a trifold kind of folio CD holder. And again, it's just nicer than just having a couple of sleeves thrown in here. If you're not going to do a jewel case, why not do some kind of interesting packaging? Well, the reason why is because it's a lot more expensive. And at the time, these games sold really well, so they could do stuff like that. So here we go. This is to get your free strategy guide. I would not recommend sending that in. Nobody's going to respond. Troubleshooting, help. This is the same one as in the other one, and this is the same one as in the other one, and I think this is the same one as in 11th Hour. Okay, cool. So we'll put all that back in there, and we've got a 7th guest in pretty decent shape. I'm happy with how that looks. The next is Homeworld Game of the Year Edition. This is another game I've never played, and I can tell you just by picking up the box, it's really heavy. Sierra. Probably later than the beloved era of Sierra, but still a Sierra game nonetheless. And I think, funny story, I think I passed on this before when I looked at it at a thrift shop, and it was $10, and I thought it was a little too much money for the condition that it was in. But it is the style of a game that I might want to play. Let's see, what does it say? Some kind of strategy game. Cool. I wonder if it's... Well, it doesn't look like Starcraft to me. I don't know. Another game I haven't played. Let's open it up. Like I said, it's very heavy, and it does say it includes a strategy guide and soundtrack. And let's see if it indeed does include that. First of all, there is the soundtrack. So that is a soundtrack. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a soundtrack. Cool. There is Homeworld. I better block out some of this so you don't steal my key. Not that it really matters. But looks in good shape. Wow, that's a big, thick. I assume this is the strategy guide. It could be the manual. No, I think this is just the manual. That's really nice. That's really nicely printed out. Good job there, fellas and ladies who made that one. This is just our quick reference card. Okay, and there is our Prima strategy guide, and this looks in great shape. 3D real-time strategy. Okay, yep, not usually my genre, but maybe something eventually I'll play and enjoy. And we'll put everything away, and that is Homeworld Game of the Year Edition. Cool. Let's go to the next box. Is another big box, also by Sierra. Now this is towards the tail end of probably their beloved period. Let's see. Outpost 2. Divided Destiny says Danger Contagion there if you can read it. Sierra Dynamics. And this is Sierra Online. It doesn't say the year. Bellevue, Washington. Very cool story is I used to get to drive past that when I was a kid, that building all the time. It was right off of I-90. And as we were driving from where we lived east of Seattle into Seattle or into Bellevue or wherever, you would drive right past the building on I-90, and it was very cool. I grew up in that area, so I really enjoy Sierra and Sierra stories, especially when they relate to the Bellevue office. Okay, cool. This is another game I don't think I've played, and I'm not sure that this was, if I remember right, this one might not be a good game at all. In fact, this one might be a really bad strategy game. But it's in good shape, and it was part of a big lot, and I figured, hey, why not? Oh, this might even be sealed. This is sealed, and somebody got it for $3. Very cool. All right, so I'm not going to open that in this video. If I do decide to open it, it'll be another video. And here's another one that I do know is sealed. Much easier to see. War Gods. Midway says, what does that say? Windows 95 mature, GT interactive software, CD-ROM version, and I think this is also a really bad game. I don't remember. Some kind of fighting game, 3D fighting game, and I think it was a bad, mostly popular being a bad N64 game, Nintendo 64, one of my least favorite systems. So I'm not super excited about it, but it's in good shape and it's sealed, so that's cool. All right, next, These are actually not big box, but now small box. So this is Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Star Wars, and it's a nice hologram box. Small, but it's cool. And this is actually opened. Let's see what's in it. Okay, so they didn't skimp on the manual, which is nice. Yeah, it's actually in full color with the fold out there. Nice. And that's it. So it's just got the CD-ROM. Ooh, and that is scratched. So I might have to find another CD-ROM of this, but I think I may even have one in my loose CD collection somewhere. I've got so many loose CDs, you know, put away. It's not even funny. I give them away every so often to friends and stuff like that. There we go. There's another CD to add, and I'm pretty sure I already have this. Baldurs Gate 2, Final Chapter, and I think this also might have been at that same thrift shop, and I might have also passed on it because it's not in great shape, and I think they wanted too much money for what is an expansion for Baldurs Gate 2. Just a CD-ROM. Nothing crazy special there. Probably something you'll find in a lot of thrift shops. Next. Here's one I've never seen before, and probably with good reason. Ghost Hunters. Well, sorry, GHOST Hunters. The Haunting of Majesty Manor. If I had to guess, this is some kind of, like, you know, search the room for items. This is like should be a free game online. Well, it is in there. And it is, I think it's sealed, but it's sealed with tape. Let me see if I can get this off here easily. Yeah, there we go. That's not an actual legit seal. That's just somebody taped over it, I think. And there's nothing in it but one disc. So I have no idea about this game, and I'm pretty sure that I never want to play it. But hey, this part of the lot. So again, you just take the bad with the good. Next, Medieval Total War 2, limited edition. See back for details. What are the details? The history channels, the Crusades, Crescent, and the Cross DVD soundtrack and map. Cool. I wonder if that's actually in here. And let's see. Put this down. There's the soundtrack. There's Medieval Total War. Disc 2 of 2. Oh, there it is. There's a History Channel DVD. That might be fun, kind of fun to watch. And another one, the bonus disc. Cool, so it has all the discs. There's no manual. I assume by this point, when this game was released, this is one of those games that came with the manual on PDF format. I don't know if it says that on here or not, but anyway. Next, here's a cool one, another shiny box, Master of Orion III. So whoever got this stuff was obviously a big strategy and or FMV fan. This is another strategy game, and also a series I've heard about for years but never played, and this is supposed to be a really great series. I don't know if the third game is included in that greatness, but I know the first game and I believe the second game are supposed to be excellent. So I've never played this one, and I think it's a fairly complicated game to try to just jump right into. Let's see here. Cool. Okay, so this is better. Even for a small box, it's got some cool stuff. Now, I get why you'd put sleeves in a small box because there's less room if you're going to cram stuff like this in. So cool. Disc 1, Disc 2. Hopefully it only needs 2 discs. This is cool. If I had an arcade machine, you could put it up there. And it's like the keys. Yeah, so this tells you that the game's going to be fairly complex if you need this many keys to be, you know, highlighted for you. And then the manual, which is actually really nice. It's pretty thick. Master of Orion III, black and white. But cool. All right, let's move on to the next one. I'll take up all my night with this, but Auto Assault. And this is another game I've never seen. It looks cool. Massively multiplayer online game. Ooh, my least favorite kind of game on the planet. First month of play included, so this probably won't even work. Yeah, I would assume this isn't even going to work. Here's your account registration. So I guess you're supposed to look into some security card or whatever. So it actually looks like it would be a cool game if it were not online, but since it's online, it's probably not even playable anymore. So this one might just be another give away to some of the collector guys that collect. This is actually cool. Dolby Theater, Home Theater, Master Studio. I don't even know what it is. But this might just be a giveaway to some of the guys in the big box PC collectors group. Or included with, you know, somebody else's purchase. Just throw it in so that they can enjoy it in their collection, because it's not something I care to keep. Here's another one. Flight Simulator X Gold Deluxe Edition. And again, small box, but hologram. All these hologram boxes. And this is probably... You know, the Flight Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator games are really cool because they always had extraordinary graphics for the time. So I'm sure this game is no different for the time. It was probably top-notch graphics. The only problem with that is it required really powerful hardware to run. Oh, and there's my keys and stuff. So we'll use another key. Leave that out of there. There we go. Flight Simulator X, Flight Simulator Quick Reference. Okay, so if you wanted to use an Xbox 360 controller, it'll even tell you to do that. Kind of cool. Flight Simulator X Insider Information. What is this? Just the manual? Yeah. Installation, the basics of the game. Now, I think, you know, for me, the most fun was just crashing these planes, but next. Sim Tower. Okay. I think the Sims guys got a little carried away at some point, but cool, whatever. Maximize your IP as you can. Wow, this is really wild. I never played this game either, and I don't think that I will probably, but, you know, it's always cool to have another Sims game, and this is the Maxis CD-ROM Classics version. There's the CD-ROM, and this is a both Windows and Macintosh CD. Cool. And just a registration card. It looks like no manual, but I don't know if this edition came with it or not, but I'm pretty sure I have a big manual in the other room somewhere, hiding in my collection. So Sim Tower. Fallout New Vegas official game guide, and it's sealed but fairly torn. This is a game I would like to actually beat one day. I've played a little bit of it, but it would be nice to get through the whole game. I feel like this is a superior game. This and Part 3 are superior games to Fallout 4. Anyway, the last piece of this pickup, not PC games at all or big box. A 3-button mouse by Genius, kind of yellowed, needs probably a solid cleaning. And I believe this is probably a Commodore 64 mouse. It would be awesome if it was able to be used with Amiga, but I don't know that for a fact. I'll have to do a little research. Ooh, and it has a switch here, so I'm not sure what that's for. No, that I know what that is, duh. And if you can see it there, if it'll focus on it. Yeah, there we go. That is for either to send it as a 2-button mouse or send a signal as a 3-button mouse. At least I don't know that for a fact, but I would strongly guess that that's what it is. Cool. Well, that's it. That's it for the pickups. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, please feel free to hit the subscribe button. Leave any comments, questions you have, and enjoy. Hopefully there'll be a lot more to come. Thanks for watching.